Hello guys and welcome to this video of Kazutora Hanemiya Explained. In this video, I will be talking about the character Kazutora from Tokyo Revengers. This video is going to contain manga spoilers from Tokyo Revengers. Kazutora is the best friend of Baji. And he is also a founding member of the Tokyo Manji gang. He was the vice captain of the special attack unit of Toman until he joined Valhalla, and after joining Valhalla gang, Kazutora became the third in command of Valhalla. And after the conclusion of the bloody Halloween incident, Kazutora was sentenced to 10 years in a detention center as punishment for his crimes. Kazutora is a slender young man of average height. His height is 5 foot and 9 inches tall. His natural black hair is styled in a messy wolf cut, with streaks of his hair dyed yellow. And Kazutora has a black tiger tattoo extending from his neck to his shoulder and chest. Also he has yellow eyes, with a beauty mark under the side of his right eye. Kazutora wears a bell ornament earring on his left ear, and he is always seen wearing the Valhalla gang traditional uniform, which is colored white. And back when he was the special attack unit vice captain, Kazutora would wear the Tokyo Manji gang uniform, with his hair styled in a mohawk. However, on days when he is not on gang duty, Kazutora wears the Mizo Middle School uniform. Kazutora is 15 years old in the original timeline, and he is 27 years old in the alternate future timeline. And in the alternate future timeline where he is an adult, Kazutora has longer hair that reaches all the way to his shoulders, and his haircut is extremely similar to the style of Baji. His locks of hair are mostly black, with small pieces of his hair dyed yellow, and he often is seen putting his hair in a ponytail. Kazutora is a very broken soul, and he had a very bad childhood. As a child, Kazutora would often witness his dad beating his mother. After a case of domestic violence, Kazutora was forced by his mother to pick between his mom and his dad. Because of his non-existent family life, Kazutora was very dependent on his best friend Baji. And because of the fact that his family was cruel to him, being with Baji and the other Toman members was the only place that Kazutora could find happiness as a child. When Kazutora was only 12 years old, he was attacked by members of the Black Dragons gang. And when Baji heard about what happened to Kazutora, he had the idea to create Toman. And then Mikey and all the other founding members agreed to this, and that is how Toman was created. Kazutora has a deep attachment to the Tokyo Manji gang, and when Kazutora was a member of Toman, he was extremely loyal to Mikey. Kazutora strived to make Mikey happy at all costs. He even resorted to criminal methods such as theft and robbery. However, his methods would ultimately end up for the worst, as his theft attempt would end up in the worst tragedy of his life, which was the death of Shinichiro Sano. Kazutora killed Shinichiro by hitting him in the head with a metal pipe, and this happened when Kazutora and Baji broke into his bike shop in an attempt to steal a bike for Mikey as a birthday present. After this tragedy, his already fragile mind would end up collapsing in a matter of minutes, and after this event Kazutora would eventually lose his mind. As a coping mechanism, Kazutora irrationally shifted the blame of Shinichiro's death onto Mikey. As a 15-year-old, Kazutora is mentally strained, and the isolation and years alone he spent in jail made his mental health deteriorate even more. And what little sanity he had left was kept in check by Baji, who played along with his delusion that everything wrong with his life was Mikey's fault. And after he got out of jail, Kazutora was recruited by Kasaki, and then he joined Valhalla gang. While he was locked up, Kazutora recruited the two strongest fighters at the detention center. Their names are Chon and Chanbo, and both of them would later become captains of Valhalla gang. Kazutora is shown to be unstable, sadistic, and incredibly violent. Even though he came off as a tranquil and polite person when he introduced himself to Takemichi's group, he soon after showed his cruelty when he introduced them to his most trusted subordinates, and both of them had their legs broken by Kazutora, and when he told Takemichi about what he had done, he had a smile on his face, as if breaking their legs were normal. Right before the bloody Halloween was about to begin, Kazutora was so irritated at Draken's demand that he took it out on Hansen, who was the referee of the fight, and after defeating Hansen, Kazutora proclaimed that Valhalla were going to beat the Tokyo Manji gang to death, and he was showing visible delight at the bloodbath that would soon begin. Kazutora is so deranged and detached from reality that he believed that while killing people makes one a bad person, but that killing enemies made one a hero, showcasing the extremely warped logic that he developed as an excuse to justify killing Mikey. However, after his second stay in prison, Kazutora got the help he needed and he integrated back into society. As an adult, Kazutora has fully recovered, he can speak normally with others, and he does everything in his power to protect his friends. He also shows regret for his past actions, and he is incredibly loyal to both the Tokyo Manji gang and Mikey. So much so that, in an alternate future timeline, he was deeply upset when he saw that Toman got corrupted by Black Dragon money, and Kazutora even teamed up with Chifuyu, and they worked together in order to dismantle the corrupted gang. And in this alternate future timeline, Kazutora was shown saving Takemichi from being killed by Kisaki, and after saving Takemichi, Kazutora tended to his wounds. Kazutora is both a kind person and a changed man. He was even willing to risk his own life to save Takemichi, and he started crying when he realized that he could not save Chifuyu, who had been killed by Kisaki. In this timeline, he also jumped in to stop some Toman members from beating up an innocent girl. And in the Bonten arc, Kazutora is on more openly friendly terms with Takemichi. And he was the very first person to approach Takemichi and support him in his search to find Mikey. He was also very concerned with Takemichi's safety, and Kazutora even tried to stop him from going into the Bonten gang hideouts because he didn't want Takemichi to get hurt. He also tried to protect Takemichi by telling him that he should end his search for Mikey, because he would be marrying in only 3 days, and this shows that Kazutora is not blindly loyal to Mikey, and that he is actually capable of caring and supporting his friends. In this timeline, Kazutora is seen styling his hair in a ponytail, with small strands of his hair dyed yellow, and with 2 yellow strands of hair running down the sides of his face. Kazutora is an extremely competent fighter, and he is one of the strongest characters in Tokyo Revengers. He was shown to be capable of easily knocking out Hansen, who was a notorious gang leader, and it only took him 2 punches to leave him on the floor flinching from pain. In combat, Kazutora is unrestrained, cruel, and incredibly violent. This was shown when he tried to kill Mikey by mercilessly beating Mikey in the face with a metal pipe. And it was also shown when he gave Baji a life-threatening injury by stabbing him in the back with a knife. And he was shown to have impressive durability when he was able to take a many number of Mikey's punches to his face, and he was still able to stand up even after he was beaten to a pulp by Mikey. And even though Mikey was punching him with the intent to kill, Kazutora was still strong enough to be able to take the punches and survive. Kazutora is a story of how good intentions can end in tragedy, because all that Kazutora really wanted was to make Mikey happy, but his good intentions ended up killing Shinichiro. Let me know in the comments what you guys thought of the character Kazutora Hanemiya. I really enjoyed Kazutora as a character, and I liked how his character changed after the death of Baji. This is the end of this video, guys. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more like it, then like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you for watching.